really don't care what happens at all. I don't care. Everybody, they tiptoe around with this social media. But what y'all don't get is that it'd be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It'd be consequence.
Stop scrolling because just 3 minutes ago, outside Teyana Taylor's house, something happened that nobody saw coming. And now the internet is buzzing in absolute shock. What was supposed to be a quiet evening suddenly turned into chaos when Aaron, Pierre, and Iman Shumpert crossed paths in a confrontation so intense that neighbors, security, and even Teyana herself were left shaken. This wasn't just an argument. It wasn't just raised voices or bruised egos. This moment felt heavier, like months of buried emotions finally breaking free. It started quietly, too quietly. A car rolled up to the curb, headlights cutting through the dim evening light. Aaron stepped out slowly, calm on the surface but visibly tense. His posture was controlled, his face unreadable, yet his eyes betrayed a sense of alertness, as if he already knew this moment wouldn't pass without friction. Moments later, Iman appeared from the side of the house. The shift in energy was immediate. His face was tight, jaw clenched, shoulders squared. The kind of body language that didn't need words to announce what was brewing beneath the surface. To an outsider, it might have looked like an ordinary encounter. Two men standing a few feet apart, connected by a complicated past and an even more complicated present. But something about the air felt wrong. This wasn't going to end politely. For months, fans have been watching from a distance. They followed the unraveling of Teyana and Iman's relationship. The highs, the heartbreak, the public silence, and eventually the split. What once looked like effortless love slowly became something heavier, quieter, unresolved. Then Aaron entered the picture. Not loudly, not provocatively. Quietly he brought calm, support, and a sense of stability that many believed Teyana had been missing for a long time. But with that calm came tension. Because whenever someone new steps into a story that isn't finished, the past doesn't simply disappear, it waits. Inside Teyana's home, the atmosphere had already been charged long before either man stepped outside. Friends, family, even neighbors had felt it. That unspoken tension that lingers when emotions are unresolved. The house that once represented safety and familiarity suddenly felt like the epicenter of an emotional storm. Everyone there knew this wasn't just a disagreement waiting to happen. It was years of history lining up for a collision. For a brief moment, things seemed controlled. Aaron spoke first, his words measured, his tone steady. He appeared to be trying to de-escalate, choosing calm over confrontation. Iman mirrored that restraint at first, but cracks began to show. A glance that lingered too long, a hand movement taken the wrong way, a pause that felt like a challenge instead of silence. Old wounds resurfaced without needing to be named. Then the first real words were exchanged, words that hadn't been spoken publicly but had clearly been rehearsed in private for months. "Why are you even here?" Aaron asked, his voice even but sharp. "You know this isn't your place anymore." Iman's eyes narrowed. "My place," he fired back. "Don't act like I'm not still connected to her life. You think just because you showed up, everything changes." That's when the temperature shifted. The conversation escalated slowly at first, then all at once. Each sentence carried weight. Each word pulled another unresolved memory into the open. Accusations floated between them, unspoken resentments finally given a voice. Friends tried to intervene, reminding them this wasn't the time or the place. But emotion doesn't always respect logic. And once it takes control, reason rarely gets the final word. The argument turned personal. References to past mistakes. Questions about loyalty. Boundaries blurred and redefined in real time. There was no shouting at first, just tension so thick it felt suffocating. The kind that makes time stretch and every second feel dangerous. Bystanders sensed it immediately. Windows opened. Curtains shifted. Phones were quietly raised. And then it happened. Voices rose. The calm shattered. Neighbors stepped outside. Security moved closer. The energy flipped from tense to volatile in seconds. Aaron tried to maintain composure, but Iman's emotions surged forward like a wave that couldn't be held back. Words became sharper, louder. Accusations landed harder. What started as verbal tension edged toward physical confrontation. Shoving gestures, stepped forward movements, hands raised not quite to strike but close enough to cause fear. Inside the house, Teyana felt her blood run cold. She rushed outside. "Enough!" she yelled. "Both of you, stop!" Her voice cut through the chaos, filled with frustration, fear, and exhaustion. For a moment, it seemed to slow everything down. But emotional storms don't vanish instantly. Then suddenly everything froze. Both men stood still, breathing heavily, adrenaline pumping. The realization set in. This wasn't private anymore. A neighbor had already snapped a photo. Phones were recording. The consequences were no longer hypothetical. If this went any further, it wouldn't just be emotional. It would be irreversible. Minutes later, Aaron stepped back. Without another word, he turned and walked away from the driveway, avoiding eye contact. His retreat didn't signal defeat, it signaled restraint. Iman stayed where he was, still, silent, absorbing what had just happened. The anger, the frustration, and maybe even regret settling in as the adrenaline faded. Teyana retreated inside, shaken, her emotions raw, her mind racing. She already knew this night wouldn't stay private. It wouldn't fade quietly. It was going to follow them all. And it did. Almost immediately, group chats lit up. Friends reached out. Family members processed what they had just witnessed. Everyone understood this wasn't just a clash between two men. It was the physical manifestation of months, maybe years of unresolved emotion. Online, the reaction exploded. Clips circulated. Screenshots spread. Fans dissected every second, every pause, every gesture. Some expressed shock, others outrage. Many voiced concern for everyone involved. But beneath the surface drama, the truth felt more complicated. This wasn't just jealousy. It wasn't just ego. It was pride. It was respect. It was emotional survival. Aaron wasn't trying to provoke. Iman wasn't reacting without reason. Both were navigating pain, history, and feelings for the same woman. Feelings intensified by public scrutiny and expectations. When those emotions stayed bottled up too long, the release was bound to be explosive. Those who witnessed it firsthand said the emotional fallout felt heavier than expected. Teyana, drained and overwhelmed, became the only stabilizing force in the moment. Her presence reminded everyone what was truly at stake. Not pride, not control, but relationships, reputations, and emotional well-being. Even after calm returned, the tension didn't disappear. Questions lingered. Could this have been avoided? Was it inevitable? How much would spill into public perception? For hours afterward, people checked in. Apologies were considered. Strategies discussed. Damage assessed. Behind the memes and hot takes, there was a deeper reality few could articulate. This wasn't just celebrity drama. It was human emotion playing out under a spotlight too bright to ignore. Fans weren't just watching for entertainment. They were searching for meaning. Every frame was analyzed. Teyana's posture, the tension in her jaw, the pauses between words. Entire debates erupted over intent and responsibility. Some saw restraint, others saw provocation. And suddenly it became more than gossip. It became a cultural conversation about boundaries, accountability, and what happens when private pain becomes public spectacle. About how fame magnifies emotion and leaves little room for quiet healing. One truth became undeniable. This confrontation wasn't easily forgotten. It wasn't just about 3 minutes of chaos. It was about months of unresolved tension colliding in a place that was supposed to feel safe. A home turned battleground. Now the questions remain. Will anyone speak publicly? Will this affect relationships, careers, or even legal outcomes? Or will it fade into silence, leaving the world to speculate? One thing is certain. What happened outside Teyana's house wasn't just a clash. It was an emotional explosion. And in the world of celebrity lives, when chaos erupts in real time, the ripple effects last far longer than anyone expects. So now it's on you. Who handled it better? Aaron's restraint or Iman's raw emotion? Was Teyana right to step in, or should she have stayed back? And what does this mean for the next chapter in all of their lives? Drop your thoughts because this story isn't over.